If you're anxious about the future and what will happen to you, this video's for you. College is a unique experience. It consists of top ramen, sneaking alcohol into dorm rooms, studying for tests that you know you'll probably fail, and most importantly, a lack of sleep. But the one thing that all college students share is a concern for the future. I mean, okay, everyone else cares about their future too. But for people in college, it's like that concern just downed a vodka Red Bull and ate just straight sugar. Although it's an exciting time to imagine all the possible ways your life can turn out, it's also pretty anxiety-inducing. Some people in college know what they want to do and are dead set on achieving that goal. But if you're one of those weirdos that wants to be a mathematician for some reason, all the tests and trials you go through may discourage you. Do you have a backup plan if things don't work out? What are you going to do if you fail a test or even a course? Or maybe you're one of those people who have no idea what you want to do when you graduate. I mean, obviously you'll get a job to cover basic expenses, but what job exactly? It's gotta be something a little more than entry level since you invested these 4 years here in college, right? What if you never figure out what you really want to do in life? This can all lead to a lot of stress and anxiety for any college student. To borrow a saying from Kierkegaard, anxiety is the dizziness of freedom, and it's certainly easy for college students to feel that dizziness over the abundance of possible ways your life can turn out. Thankfully, the philosophy of Stoicism can help put our mind at ease about these concerns. So let's go consult these old dead guys, as is the case with most philosophy. In a world full of anxiety, we need some contrast. We need a yin to the yang, so to speak. Ancient philosophers have this idea of ataraxia, which could be seen as anxiety's opposite. It's not exactly a state of happiness, but rather a state of calmness, a state of content. In ataraxia, you're free from these intense emotions that may hurt your mind, like worry or desire. Now, although Stoicism is obviously much more than just ataraxia, it still is an appealing concept, especially for those experiencing strong anxiety. So let's get into ways to help bring us closer to this state. Many Stoic philosophers want us to reevaluate what we have control of in our lives versus what we don't have control of. One of the big things that we don't have control of is our future. Here's the Stoic philosopher Seneca on planning for the future. How foolish it is to set out one's life when one is not even the owner of the morrow. Oh, what madness it is to plot out far-reaching hopes. And we don't just find this sentiment expressed by Seneca. The arguably more famous Stoic Marcus Aurelius also writes about this in his Meditations. All things are changing, and you yourself are in continuous mutation, and in a manner in continuous destruction, and the whole universe too. Now if you're in college and you got your whole career path planned out, these quotes at first glance seem opposed to planning these things out. I mean, if the universe is constantly changing and the future is uncertain, then what point is there in going to class for architecture in order to become an architect? Maybe AI takes over the architecture world. Maybe you lose interest in architecture. Hell, maybe a hidden cosmological horror shows up and just devours the earth right as you're about to graduate. So what's the point? I think it may be more accurate to say that the Stoics aren't ignoring the future and planning completely, but rather they're trying to disconnect emotionally from the future coming about how they desire. Here's Seneca again. There is nothing more wretched than worry over the outcome of future events. As to the amount or the nature of that which remains, our troubled minds are set aflutter with unaccountable fear. So I'd say it's not so much about giving up and not planning ahead in common sense ways, but rather, if things don't go your way or how you want them to, don't be distraught over them because the future is ultimately out of your control. So if you're in school for architecture or medicine or whatever, and you have a career path in mind, don't throw it all away just because of some dead Romans. But it's a healthy reminder to think, hey, the future is uncertain. There is a possibility that some force outside of my control will prevent me from achieving my goal. By coming to terms with this, it'll not only calm you in the present, but it'll also cushion the blow if things actually don't work out. And hey, if things do work out, it's all good. So it's really a win-win situation. But there's another takeaway from our Stoic friends that comes with not worrying about the future, and that is to give more significance to the present. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. He who has thus prepared himself, he whose daily life has been a rounded whole, is easy in his mind. But those who live for hope alone find that the immediate future always slips from their grasp. College is a unique time. It could be a period of heightened social interactions. You live, eat, sleep, and party with one another. And although the college life can very much deviate from what the Stoics want us to do, especially at a house party on Friday night, there is so much present stimulation, for lack of a better term. And this stuff won't be around once you're a full-on adult. So don't let the college life slip away. Live in the present, enjoy the company of others, and make mistakes that you could learn from later. So I hope this video helped out those in college. But let me know what you think. Do you agree with the Stoics, disagree with them, or maybe you have your own thoughts on how college students should view the future? If you enjoyed this video, then like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for more philosophy content. And with that, I wish you all a beautiful rest of your day.